Alright folks, here is me again with another Twitter training for you. This is Kim Willis, of course. 6 deadly sins of Twitter marketing. How about that? What are these 6 deadly sins? Let's have a look at them. There's me. Here they are. Are you guilty of these sins? Not enough targeted followers, no brand, your content sucks, you're always pitching, no engagement, no sharing. Let's have a quick look at each of them. Not enough targeted followers. So what you need to do is you need to look for people who are players in your niche. That's it. And then follow new people daily, and of course a percentage of them will follow you back. It might be 30%, something like that. And that's how you'll build your targeted followers. But of course when you're typing in keywords whilst looking for those followers, you need to type in the keywords that relate to your niche. So if you're in network marketing, you type in those kind of keywords. If you're in affiliate marketing, you do that. If you're in a health, if you're marketing health products or fitness or whatever, you need to type in the right keywords. And then you'll find targeted people, and then you want to add more every day. What about the brand? Well, a brand is more than just a logo and a header. That can make the platform or your account look pretty if we're talking about Twitter or Facebook or any of these other ones. But it's also about consistent, relevant, interesting messaging. So I want to extend the idea of what constitutes a brand. Okay, a lot of people think it's just about aesthetic values. It's not. It's basically everything that you do and everything that you touch in relation to your business. So it's about consistent, relevant, interesting messaging. It's about saying the right things and doing what you say you will do. Okay? So that to me is what a brand is all about. It's about being consistent, relevant, giving people interesting messaging, and saying the right things and doing what you say you'll do. Alright? So that's what people are looking for. They're looking for a little bit of certainty. They're looking for some consistency. And then they'll have more ability or more willingness to believe in you. Okay? And put you on a little bit of a pedestal. That's what a brand is supposed to do. For a lot of people who are in personal marketing, doing the kind of marketing that I'm doing, it's not so much about aesthetic values. Okay, up here I've got a logo, but it's look, if I didn't have the logo, it wouldn't matter, because people identify certain characteristics when they're thinking about me. Okay, they see me on Facebook, they see me on Twitter, they see me elsewhere, and they form an opinion. That's what the brand is. And all brands have a personality. Even if we're talking about a big company, think of Coca-Cola or McDonald's, you could ascribe personality traits to those two big companies. Apple is another good example. And likewise, you can do the same thing yourself. You're a solopreneur, you're a home biz marketer, whatever. You can create your own brand, your own persona, your own personality that people identify with. Number 3, your content sucks. Internet is a content-rich platform. That's what it's all about. And rubbish content is an online scourge. There's a lot of rubbish content out there. So what you want to do, you want to be the person that provides quality content. Not always your content, other people's content. Share content. Leading with valuable, helpful and interesting content. Balance it with fun content. Promotional content, use it sparingly. In other words, not too much of the hard sell. Okay, keep that very much in the background. Initially, you really ought to just be focusing on audience building, being a value provider. Okay? You're always pitching. You're not a door-to-door salesman or a phone canvasser. That's for the offline world. The online world is different. The online world is about content. Okay, and you provide content to people so that they can look up to you. They have a higher opinion of you because of all the good content that you are publishing. So, and if you're always pitching people, it will turn them off, and many of them will unfollow you, or if we're on Facebook, they'll unfriend you. So you're not a door-to-door salesman, so get out of that. This is one of the key differences between the online world and the offline world. That said, even in the offline world, a huge chunk of business is done on a warm basis. It's not done via telemarketing and cold calling. It's done through networks, who you know, connections that you have, etc. So the offline world still has a lot of that type of thing happening. The online world, it's just, well, it's more important to do it that way. But instead of going out and seeing people face to face and attending networking events and, you know, having lunches with people, coffee mornings and all that, the internet is a bit different. It's the great connector is the content. Alright? So we lead with the content, and then we engage with people who are leaning forward from there. Speaking of engagement, number 5, no engagement. So reaching out to people one-on-one is the best way to accelerate your results. Of course, because it is online, there's no face-to-face work here. And there's probably not going to be any phone work, at least in the early stages. So it's going to be about liking other people's stuff, content. It's going to be about sharing other people's content. It's going to be about sending people direct messages. So if somebody likes one of your posts, send them a direct message. Use the direct message feature, and when someone shares, likes or comments on one of your posts, thank them. That's what engagement is about. And see if you can get some of them to respond. And believe me, some of them will respond. Not all, but some will. And next thing, if you follow my strategy, next thing I'd be doing is inviting them to talk to me on Facebook, because Facebook is my social media hub. And then finally, no sharing. I hinted at that before, but some people have got a problem with sharing other people's content. So get rid of it. You know, just forget about that, because the issue is to grow the pie. Grow your pie. So what if you grow someone else's pie? But you want more followers, you want more fans, you want a bigger audience. So liking and retweeting other people's content is the name of the game. Do it for a while and watch others return the favour for you. One of the things that I do, and I do it every week, usually every day, is I visit people's blogs within my industry. And if I see a good piece of content, I will share that on Twitter. Sometimes I'll even put it on Facebook, not as much, but certainly Twitter. I'll share that on Twitter. And then they thank me, they see what I've done, and I get a lot of people who will share my content. Now, if you're not creating content yourself, you're basically just posting success quotes and success pictures and stuff like that, no problem. But when it comes to the point where you are creating some of your own content, if you go and leave comments on other people's blogs, and then you tweet their post, you share their post on Twitter, they're going to see it. And if you're creating good content, some of them are going to return the favour. I've had that happen to me many times in the last 12 months. So there you have it. 6 deadly sins of Twitter marketing. Shall we go back to the beginning and just look at the summary? Not enough targeted followers, no brand, your content sucks, you're always pitching, no engagement, and no sharing. Now, a few examples here. This is me sharing people's content on Twitter. This one here is is a blogging friend of mine, Joy Healy. I shared her item. This one here is from Peter. Yep, this is from Peter. 8 badass bloggers you must follow. Of course, I had an extra incentive to share his post because I was nominated as one of the badass bloggers. So that was Peter Beckenham. Right hand side, okay, this is one of my posts, and I already had 2 likes, and I think not long after I clipped this image to show you, I had some shares myself, so they were returning the favour. I was getting shares. I was getting this post retweeted. See? So it works both ways. So you do some over here, and then some of them are going to do it back in return for you. Of course, putting up good content on Twitter is another one of the magic ingredients. So simple content like success quotes from Jim Rohn, for instance, Abraham Lincoln, Wayne Dyer, a little bit of social sharing here, or social commentary. It's raining in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, no walkies tonight. Okay, so that was just one that I put up, and see what happens there. And then I've got my promotional tweet or post. Now I do it about 1 in 30, so 29 value posts, something like that, 25, 30 value posts, and then 1 promotional post, just like that, because I'm into audience building. That's where the focus ought to lie. Don't think about leads in the early stages, just think about building your audience, and the way to do that is to provide good content, and then to reach out to people who are responding to that content. The core Twitter game plan, if you haven't seen this before, there are 4 steps: your follower strategy, content strategy, engagement strategy, and conversion strategy. So that's basically what I teach, and the idea is to get people into your funnel of influence, which, well, in my opinion, should be Twitter and Facebook, and get them into your funnel of influence, and from there you can start engaging with them when the time is right, and then from that point you can focus on conversion, which is about generating a lead and then turning them into paying clients or customers or team members, whatever. Other training videos in the series: how to use Twitter to get more Facebook fans and friends, Twitter engagement tricks that get people to lean forward, why Twitter is not my primary social media marketing hub, how to brand yourself as the go-to person on Twitter, why I don't use TrueTwit to confirm Twitter followers, a load of rubbish that is, how to find real people on Twitter and avoid the bots, how to strike a happy balance between pure content and sales promotion on Twitter. I've given you a bit of a clue there, but you should get hold of that video specifically on the topic as I go into more detail. Further, I have my video training report called 32 Ways to Get Leads Now, and you can download that. It's pure content, okay, and it's 57 minutes from memory, and you can grab that at kimwillis.net. No need to type in the www, just kimwillis.net. Alright, so I hope you got value out of that. This is Kim Willis. Bye for now.